Hello YouTube, this is Chester for STEM APKs. Welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to continue where we left off in the last tutorial. As you remember, in the last tutorial, I showed you introduced the MCP Inspector dashboard that we will be using. We're going to be using MCP Inspector, standard IO for now. Maybe later we'll go later into HTTP, but for now, let's keep it simple and start using the standard IO. And in the last tutorial, I showed you how I was able to use this generates intelligence report tool to create this report. Basically, we're taking a YouTube video with a title, description, what type of video is it, and then we'll do a comprehensive analysis, and then everything comes out, it gets auto-saved into this markdown report, and I show you that report, and this is what it looks like, right? It's got all this stuff, and I show you that in my last video. In my last tutorial, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it, so I don't want to repeat myself. Okay, so now how do we start from scratch? How do we make this happen? So the first thing that I did was I created this YouTube Jupyter notebook for you to follow along. And what I'm going to be doing is just all you need to do is copy and paste and just put it on your terminal. Just like it, just copy and paste. Just Control C and then paste it into your terminal. And you are going to create an environment because we want to isolated because we'll be using Python 3.11, and you might have a different version of Python. There's a reason why we're choosing 3.11. It's because it needs to play nice with all of this stuff here. So that's why I'm using that one. So once you activate your Conda environment, you're going to be, it's gonna show like this. Once you activate it, it's gonna be showing like this in parentheses. So if you have it in parentheses, you're good to go. That means you're inside the environment. Okay, so let me just do this, and then you should be here. So now we're going to create these directories, and let me just tell you, we're going to create this directory, the YouTube demo MCP server. That's this directory that I'm in right now. Actually, I'm not in it. Let me just show it to you. After you create it, you're gonna have this. So you're going to go into that directory. So now you're inside here. This one right there. And you're going inside of there, you're going to create the models directory, the server directory, services, tools, nested directory for deployment for Firebase, and these directories here. All you need to do is copy and paste it into your terminal, and it's going to do it for you. Then once that is done, you're going to change into that directory, and you're going to be right where I am right now. Once you do that, we're going to initialize and create the init files. So all you need to do is copy. We'll do that one together. Control C and then paste it. And just hit enter. And this bad pattern because it does not like here. So just make sure you don't get it. So you'll get that error, and do that, and now hit enter, and it's going to create these files, these init files inside the server directory, inside the models directory, inside the services, inside the tools. And if you want to see what I'm talking about, this is what it created. It created all of these directories, and inside those directories you see created an init file. Okay, nice and easy. And it created all of these. We haven't done this yet. We're gonna do those together. So let's continue. So we go back to our Jupyter Notebook. And now we're going to install all the core dependencies. So all you need to do is copy. You don't need this one. This is optional. I'm using Jupyter because I'm using Jupyter Notebook to show you this. So this is optional. That's why it has an asterisk. But you're going to take it, copy and paste it. Oh man, I keep doing that. Control C. Jupyter Notebook doesn't like copy and paste. So just Control C. And then you're going to paste it. And now just hit enter. Mine, I already have them all installed, as you can see. So yours is going to take a little bit longer. So now I have them all installed. So now we're ready to go to the next cell. So now we go to download the NLTK data. So all you need to do is echo, copy, Control C. And I'll explain what that is in 1 second. Then just paste it, Control C. And it's going to download these files. And these files are very important for this stuff that we're going to be doing. And I'm going to explain with an example, because this one brings it home. What we're doing here, we're bringing Punct, we're bringing the Vader lexicon and stop words. And how are they used? We're going to be using this tool. One of our tools is the market analysis tool. Is this tool right here? Just show you this market analysis tool. Where is it? Right there. So this tool right there and that one right there are going to be using this example, just like I said here. It's going to be using NLTK for the sentiment analysis, and it's going to be using corpus for the stop words for the English, and tokenizers to do the tokenizing, splitting. And how are they used? For example, when you're doing sentiment analysis, you're going to be using this this function right here, and this one comes from the Vader lexicon that we just downloaded. It's that one right there. When you use, for example, sentiment analysis, like, is that an amazing tutorial? You're going to be using polarity scores. All of that is also coming from there. When you tokenize it, when you split the description into different sentences, you're using Punct to do the tokenizing. So this is where that one comes from. Punct, and then here, this one's Punct, and then stop words is when you're using filtering out common words like in English, and let me explain, because I think it's worth learning a little bit about it, because we don't use it very often. We don't talk about it very often. So this is what these the corpora, stop words, the sentiment, that's the Vader lexicon that I just talked, and that's Punct. And as you can see, for the stop words, every language is there. That's because NLTK is going to be using that. You're going to have, for the sentiment analysis, this is a zip file. I don't want to unzip it. And then Punct is going to have pickle for every language, as you can see. And it's going to have in Python 3 and all that. That's all that we did once we brought this stuff from NLTK. Okay, so this is what that is doing right here. And now we're going to copy and paste this. Just copy and paste this into a terminal. Just copy. Oh man, I keep doing that again. Control C. And then go into the terminal. And then paste it. And it's going to create your requirements text file. And if we want to look at the content, all we need to go here and that's what is going to be inside the requirements text file. And let me just explain. MCP, that's for the MCP dashboard. The Google API, you're gonna need an API from YouTube Data API from Google, because we're gonna be using YouTube, right? So you need to get a credentials. Just go into your credentials here and ask for an API key. I'm not gonna show you my key, but that's where you go and get it. Where else? Let's continue. We need pandas because the data frames, numerical Python, all the calculations, NLTK, we went over that. Text plot, we went over that. This is all for the plots. Anthropic, to use the Claude Sonnet, that's what I'm using. I recommend that you use the same so you can follow along. FastAPI, this is where all the routes and the API router, and these two right here is what makes the server happen under the hood. Firebase, I'm going to be configuring it later for Firestore and Firebase. You don't have to do that part, but I'm going to be doing it, so I'm going to show you anyway. If you want to follow along, you don't have to. You can use any other database. We're going to be using .env to handle all the environment variables. Pydantic you need that is essential because it plays nice with the validation with other stuff out there in Python world. This is very important. And AIO files, that's the asynchronous IO from where is it from? This one right here. It's a library to write concurrent code, because we're going to be using asynchronous functions, async and await. So in order to do that, you need it. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. And then let's continue. And then once you do that, you have your requirements text file. Now you're going to do the configuration. This config py is this one right here. And let's just show you really quick. This is what it looks like. So this is going to have it's going to load the .env. It's going to do OS because you're going to do all the paths and all navigating between file paths. It's going to do the configuration for your YouTube API key and all of that. It's going to do your Firebase. Don't worry about that now. It's just there. Later you'll populate that stuff. You don't need to populate it right now. Your Anthropic key, you need that. You need to, if you don't know where to get that, you can go. Do I have it here? I had it somewhere. There's just go to the Anthropic API key, just enter it, and it's really easy. It takes 5 minutes, and they give you an Anthropic API key for whatever model you're using. Like I said, I'm using Claude Sonnet. And then, what else? The Anthropic Claude model. How many videos you want? You just use the default. You can reduce this so you don't use so much quota from the YouTube data API. I'm using US English, and this is the weights that we talked about in the last tutorial, and where you want to output stuff, the server configuration, the port number where this guy is working out of, and rate limiting to make sure to limit so you don't exceed your quota too fast. The configuration, that's the function that it does all the magic, and then it's going to create an environment file just in case you don't have one. And when you run it, all you need to do is run it by doing ls clear ls, and that is that where it's right, that one right there. So all you need to do is do Python config py, And once you run it, it's going to do the magic. And you can see it validated successfully. And then if you check, right now you cannot see it because they're hiding it from you. But if you do LSLA, you can see that all of them are right there. Okay. And if I look at it, what's inside, we haven't put anything there yet. It's gonna have where the everything that you have. Okay, so that's what that is. So if you're here, if you got here, you're good to go, because in the next tutorial we're going to do the models and all of that other good stuff. I want to stop it here because I don't want to make this video too long. It's already 15-16 minutes long. So we will do that in the next tutorial. You have your configuration ready, you have all your dependencies ready, so we're ready to go. This is the end of this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, please click the like box, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time with another tutorial. Take care.